Good when they are the ones setting the tempo.
Well, I mean, we'll see how this early game goes, because if Gen.G fall behind with this kind of a roster, not sure what to say. You're going to be dealing with intense amounts of poke, disengage, and if you get behind, I think it's pretty much GG from there. T1 will be looking to hold on, and I love the Alistair last pick. It says, you know, we're going to have perfect disengage for anybody who dares try to engage onto the Jhin. And yeah, it's interesting that they saved that counter pick as well for the support side, just to take a look at what else Gen.G were going to bring alongside of what was a very obvious kind of a composition already. So it looks like we're ready to jump into game number 2, guys. Let's go back onto the Rift for Gen.G versus T1. Faker very calmly just going to sidestep the orb as level 2 hit here first down in the bottom side. This looking to get on top of Gumayusi now with the Ignite. The flash comes in and Life is just going to get first blood onto Gumayusi. And say what you will. Yeah, I mean, if there's going to be a player that's confident in the mid lane, it is going to be Faker. And nice little bait coming in here from Kana. He's looking to turn the tables from game number 1. Rascal is going to get that double slice and dice away. And he's still got flash available, but he doesn't use it. He does have his flash, but still a lot of pressure can be put on in there. And it ended up that BDD actually did have to back because he was reading the pressure from LM around that area. Now, the reason they're dropping this Rift Herald up top is because of the amount of damage they've already done to this turret. They want to get Rascal out of lane, but the TP is coming in already with the Pantheon, so T1 will look to turn this one around. 3v2 for now. We got Syndra coming up, but it might be too little too late. Under the turret, just gonna sweep them both up. And even over there from BDD, he was never gonna get that kill, as, oh man, Kana just barely not able to get away with that recall. Looks like he's probably dead, especially with BDD rotating up the river. Not even gonna need him. He's just gonna waste some more time here. Still alive, actually.
He dodged.
And if he runs this down, he might actually be able to get an execute.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
Trying to bait that out. Wants to go up the side.
Sad cat. I think he's gonna get the execute.
Yeah, I think he will.
Unbelievable. Look at items here. The Immortal Shield blows up. So Faker misses it.
Oh man, that's gonna be big. Faker now getting run down here, has to flash away. The damage being poked out onto Rascal, and Gen.G say they do not want to engage onto this just yet. Combo here onto the Renekton, who's losing health, has to flash away. Opening up now is Gumayusi, and Gen.G say we want to just disengage. Faker going very aggressive. Olaf just standing up to him and taking the fight, but Keria in the backline creating a lot of space for his team. But I don't know if they have the damage here. This is looking way too good for Gen.G as T1 overextend into the team fight, and Gen.G will eventually stand up to them. Triple kill going.
You're just so safe to even have BDD here. He gets cast as I say it, but look at where Life is right now. He's actually going to turn it back. He almost is able to trade that back as Ellen comes over.
Who has not been able to be as proactive on the Pantheon in this game. As now going on in, Faker going to try to separate the Renekton, but he just gets separated himself. As Gen.G looking to push the issue here. They want to win the game right here, right now. Gumayusi in the Cataclysm. No escape for him, as Keria is going to be run down by Ruler, who is incredibly strong right now. Nicely done by Kana to pick off the Olaf at least. But with the backs coming in here, oh, actually going to be denied. He's got TP. They want to continue to push the issue here with 8 seconds on the Baron.
Really close. Gonna push the issue for sure. I mean, look at the damage output of Ruler. He's crushing his turrets.
Oh, stun now onto Keria. He is absolutely dead. They trade it back for the Jarvan, but with full health now onto Ruler. He's just looking to take out the turrets. Another kill onto the Pantheon here, as they do have to back away. Look at Kana desperately trying to clear out these waves. He's still on the run, trying to buy some time for his team. And it looks like he may have just done it. Ruler is going to have to back away. Of course, Kana will lose his life, but it is a good sacrifice just to try to stay in this game.
Crazy.
Now pushing forward. He's moving in. He's got that Ren set onto many members, and with the stun coming in, does he have the damage? He has to go into that stopwatch. Here comes Rascal trying to buy themselves some time, as it will be a trade of kills. Gumayusi incredibly low, but he is still going to stay alive just barely. He's got the minions on him. Uh-oh, he's going to die to the minions.
Oh, Rascal.
And that might mean that Rascal can push in.
Yeah, he certainly is going to try for it. Problem is, Pantheon's going to ult in, and I think they might have overstayed their welcome here, Valdez. It's still very close. The minions, there's just so many.
LM is like, I don't know if I can actually go in on this. I gotta be careful. He's desperately trying to clear out these minions. I don't think they have enough auto attack damage onto the Nexus is the problem. Litho is coming on in. Kana back into the game. LM still stays alive. As trying to get in there is Keria. He's not able to get the kill. And that means that also Kana not able to do enough here. And with only LM alive, I think that finally Gen.G have been able to push in and secure the victory here. Game over is called by LM, and that will be the case.
Especially when you have someone like Faker playing Azir, which is very out of the meta. As we take a look at our post-game stats here, I talked about it when we were watching it happen, but look at the support damage difference. You can see so much impact out of life in this game, and he got that first blood. He did so much to impact a lot of those team fight setups, including the one that we saw at the very, very end there to close out the game. BDD having a much better time in this matchup against Faker. I talked about it from the get-go. Like, how does this game look when you have mid-priority? How much can Pantheon really do around the map?
Gen.G is presenting us the game number 3 with the biggest series of the week, and they were able to bite back T1 with an improved performance in Game 2, and we had a fierce competition coming in during the laning phase on the bottom lane. And we saw a very interesting one this time around. As a bottom laner, part of the bottom laner, I was paying attention to the draft. What kind of champions will be going down to the bottom lane? Gen.G banned out Samira and Ophelia, some of them successful picks that Gumayushi has been piloting. So, T1 also banned out Kai'Sa, one of the top tier AD carry champion as well. And the answer from Gen.G was Kai'Sa, one of Ruler's signature pick. And also T1 took Gragas, but Life still has another answer, J4. And we had a new comp called Kalista and Zarvan, and they were able to do a lot of work starting from the laning phase. Gen.G also banned out Twisted Fate away from T1, especially from Faker. So I think both teams were able to get their favorite comp, and T1 had Azir in their pocket. And Echo is a really tricky pick into Azir, so they kept banning away Echo. So I think, speaking of the pick and bans, I think both teams got the best answer possible on their board. This time around, Olaf was the counterpart of Pantheon, and let's take a look how Gen.G tried to snowball based on their Herald. However, T1 was able to answer back really well. So Faker had a really nice lane control here, so Syndra had to back and reset. So they kind of forced TP out of BDD, which means Faker had the lane and also the TP priority. But at this moment, even though Gen.G had this information, well, Clid was actually rushing to the top lane to pop his Herald. Maybe this is a communication issue coming out from Gen.G, because Gen.G also had a lot of time left with their Herald's Eye. So this was more of a failed dive attempt, and also the first turret attempt coming out from Gen.G, and T1 was able to trade back with multiple kills. This is definitely a mistake coming out from Gen.G, and T1 was really sharp on making a punishment. Gen.G was hasting a little bit at that early point of the game, maybe because they were in a huge lead. But if they have not made that mistake, Gen.G might have finished the game even at the earlier minute mark of the game. Now let's take a look at the second highlight that we prepared. So T1 had this information that Renekton was hiding in that brush, and T1 was able to spot him, and they wanted to punish his overextension. Renekton was able to juggle some of the aggro from the opponents. But with the Azir's turret, it was actually a good fight for T1. Syndra and Kalista was too far away, so T1 was in favor of this position, but they went all in too early, so they were not able to seal the deal. And Olaf has a massive sustainability with his item build, so he was able to actually kill Azir and walk out alive. Azir cannot do much damage up against the tank champions. So in this kind of extended team fight, T1 was not able to actually, you know, show the power of their burst damage. Genji was able to even out the series to this game number 2 victory, and the POG on the side of Genji will be life on J4. A very well earned POG over to life. J4 was doing so much work in the beginning. I mean, it is obvious for Alistar to go in as soon as he hits level 2 first, but you know, Life never looked so flustered. He was so calm, answering back with his burst damage coming out from Airy. And this time as well, J4 was really sharp, making that Cataclysm onto Azir and keeping him in a very short range. And a very clean CC engage with Kalista. We can see how much proficiency he's got on this champion. It's been so long since we saw this J4 pick on the support role, but you know, Genji looked so ready for this. You know, a lot of people actually make a mistake when they kind of get to play a champion that they have not been playing for a long time. But Gorilla voted for Raska. A bit of a surprise over here because Raska was also doing a fantastic work up against Gragas for 2 games in a row. He has been a solid pillar for Genji. Now let's move on to the series deciding game between T1 and Genji. I'm gonna pass it back to our casters.